Hello folks, this is 8 Sigma 8. I'm Ed, Preps and Thrives. It's a great week when it comes to, for me, to finding improvement for my preps. I was going to say something else, but I liked that when I go out and look for things, I stick to what I know, places, who I network with. But anyways, a lot of the things that I've come across are basically, camp gear, clothing, and some form of tactical or military gear. So one of the things that I always look for, as for not for myself, but for my two dogs. I got total of three. So one is a German Shepherd, the other one is a Belgian Malinois. So my Belgian, he's a little big compared to my Shepherd. So when I came across this at Goodwill, a dog harness so I can use. It's made by Bay Dog, as you can see, Bay Dog. And what I paid for it was $7. Thanks a lot, Cletus. And he moved the camera. So not bad for for a dog harness and a leash. I mean, a 10-foot leash. The 10-foot leash was $5.99. My harness that I got from Goodwill was $6.99. So with the military discount plus grandma discount, grandma, which is my mom, that's her nickname. I use her discount at Goodwill. I get a lot better deal. So, but most of the stuff that I got here is from the thrift store compared to Goodwill. Goodwill has, decent stuff when it comes to clothing. First of all, that I have is something from Carhartt, long sleeve shirt. I wear the long sleeve during the winter, and sometimes if I'm working, out and about, making, some kind of, hikes and stuff like that when I'm out in the desert. So I need long sleeves so I won't get too burnt. And the other thing is I got T-shirts. I mean, you can't go wrong with T-shirts. And I only paid $5.99 for a double X because they shrink. And this is by Savage Tactical, and not bad for having things like that. Other T-shirts, O'Neill and stuff like that. Um, on the grand total of things, plus the Alice pack without the straps, without the frame, and the kidney pad, was a grand total of 65, because I'm adding things here and there, and I like to bundle things. So for this week, it was great. But it's not like I find everything in one day. It is, every other day I'm finding something, and something is an improvement from what I have today. And for example, like a cook set from Ever New. It's not bad. Made out of stainless steel. Got this little handles. There's two pots in it. You know, but the only issue I have to go through this is that they burnt something out of it. They burnt the crap out of it. So they weren't paying attention, or they don't care. But it's something that I have, from other things that I can use. You know, again, I just gotta have to clean it. I'm gonna ask, mom, see what she has. Instead of using my stuff, I use my mom's stuff, and yeah, it's pretty smart. But other things like, when it comes to the camp stuff, is I got my canteens. Can't go wrong with canteens. This is the black one. It's made in 1980. Guess what? It has a NBC cap on it, which is good. So uh, one of the great finds, excuse me, one of the great finds that I had was this Kevlar. Yeah, as you can see, I used this Kevlar long time ago when the war began, and the only thing that I did with it was change the inside of it. I had some extra stuff that I acquired, at a thrift store that they purchased through a storage unit. It's not bad. It's meant for my Chrome Dome, and I like it. But I do have an example of one the previous time that I had before when I purchased it, and it cost me. This one was a little. I had to pull out the, you know, rainy day money. It was an extra $20 to add for this. My improvements, excuse me, is when it comes to when I purchase a helmet. I always buy not just one, but I buy two. One is none, two is one. So I have one wherever I have it, if I need it. And the improvement on it was change the chin strap, some of the padding inside. And what I did was put my own camo. That's all I did. Put my own camo, my own style of camo, and my blood type. If anybody finds me that I'm bleeding out or whatever. So the other thing is that I came across at Goodwill, as you can see. I only paid $8. It's it's not a shooting bag. It can be used to go at to the range, but not bad for $8. It's cooler, so I can put my drinks and stuff like that. And but it works out for me. I needed something, that I can look cool, kind of tactard, I call it that way. So, but it's something that when I see it, I have rainy day money in one pocket, and the other pocket is my budget pocket. So, what I'm going to do with this Kevlar, I'm going to do the same thing with the one I showed you. So, I'm just going to remove the cover. Yeah, I used the desert, many years ago, but I'm going to, make it look decent. Maybe a different pattern of camo on this. But I like to improve on my things, change things around a bit. Um, Anyways, when it comes to shoes, guess what? I got some form of Air Jesus. So, and yeah, it's, when I'm out and about, I do a little bit of a hike and I get tired. My dogs get tired, remove my boots, my hiking boots, and I throw on these Air Jesus and cool off my feet, let my feet dry because, you sweat in there. The other thing that I picked up, and it's awesome. I know some of you guys don't care much about it. You into that other, flashlights, but I like the old stuff. But guess what? This is the generation I use. This is older than this generation, and they do work. I always test them out. Carry some batteries with me. My little satchel bag. What we call them is fuel accessory gear bags. But this one works. It does work. And it has the red lens on it. I made sure that they had everything that they're supposed to have. And the other one is another form. Nothing fancy. I guess it's one of those, flashlights you use, nice and gray, Navy, Air Force, whatever. Have those cones to guide, whatever. But it does work. I checked them all out, and these things were not much. Nobody wants these type of flashlights. I pick them up. I use them for parts for others to fix, like this one. This is an old generation. As you can tell, it has no guard on it. It's pretty nice. No guard, darker color, and I believe is prior to, my generation of Gen X, military. The other thing is I picked up 4 of these. And guess what? They came in the bag. In the bag, there was 4, and the total cost for a Goodwill was $3.99, and $3.99 was not bad for 4, including Grandma's discount, which I always use at Goodwill. Why use mine? I use Grandma. Take advantage of Grandma. So one of the other things that come across, tools. There goes Cletus and the clown. They're chasing somebody. Oil changer, remover. I always carry a couple of these in each vehicle. One for depending on what size of a vehicle, what make and model, but you never know, you never go wrong with it. The other thing is a pair of dikes, some wire cutters, pliers, stuff like that. These are pretty decent. I don't know the name of them. Hey guys, leave it alone. Anyways, that's Cletus and the clown. They get jealous of each other because they love me. So I'm in the high volume traffic right here, and we got some motorcycles coming. Nice motorcycles. So I always replace what I have that doesn't work, or it does work. Stuff like from from Harbor Freight or from Chinesia, from Hinduism, all that. Those type of tools, they're great on a temporary, but this is a lot better. Solid American made. All right. The other thing I came across is a nice little, you know, drinking. Mm, you can use it for anything. I came across it over there at Goodwill, $2.99, and a little flask. You could put whatever. I usually put these and in my bags, just in case, a rainy day that you had a hard day, when you're hiking and stuff, you're freezing your nuts off. You take a little swig of Jägermeister. Yeah, yep, it'll give you some of the nutrients that you need. But anyways, I always have one in each bag for that reason. I have it because a little bit of something will give you some spirits. Good spirits. Here's another thing. It's a Herfador, if I pronounced it right. It's a little cigar case, and I got this at Goodwill for $4.99 with grandma's discount. It's pretty good. You could probably fit 3 or 4 cigars in there, but that's not the only one. You know, and there's a little one, another one. These cigar cases are awesome. Not only for cigars, but you can put some Secret Squirrel stuff in there, and Secret Squirrel stuff could be anything. You can waterproof them, and these are excellent waterproof, uh, cases that you can use for anything. You can put your, some documents or anything or something that you don't want to get wet, especially my cigars. I usually go get my cigars at low side cigars here locally. Um, the other thing is, when I go to the thrift store, I get a container and pile all kinds of stuff in there. Everything that I can find, tools, you know, stuff that I don't have, I can use. I don't know when, but I'm gonna use it one day. One of the good finds in the finds of my tools is a Leatherman. This is a Leatherman Surge, and it's a little crusty. I had to put some lube in there, a special lube. I'm not gonna say which one, but it's a good one. It starts with a 40. Um, anyways, I got stuck. So not bad for a Leatherman Surge, and compared to the other things that I came across, watch it, clown. Um, well, that's my dog. So this Leatherman Surge is an improvement of one of the things I have, and this is from Goodwill. $7.99 package of multi tools. I think 1, 2, 3, and some other junk. I haven't opened it yet, but I paid that much using grandma's discount, at the Goodwill. So I always take grandma with me. Anyways, a case, if I from Frost or whatever, which I don't care, they're made out of nylon. Another case for if I have something, yeah, another Leatherman or another multi-tool, I can use it. Um, Here's one of the multi-tools, made by, you know, for somebody. It says Chevy trucks. I guess it's one of those perks you get when you buy a Chevy truck. Chinesian made multi-tool. I have one of these, but it's purchased at Wally World, and it's a good one. At that time, it was $15, solid. But these plastic ones, when somebody asks me, "Hey, can I borrow your Leatherman?" Sure. So I use this Chinesian made one. I give it to them, and I say, "Here you go." No, I want the good one. No, sorry, buddy, I don't give you the good one. You take what you get. Usually all the dudes want to ask me for certain things. I give them the cheap stuff. That's why I purchase these. So when somebody asks me, or I don't, in one of my bags, I don't have a decent, multi-tool, I drop it in there as part of my preps. So, and here's another one made in Chinesia, but it's still good. And I got this other knife. Not bad. Made in Chinese, yeah, but it's okay. But it's got a plastic clip. These things break every time. So when I'm out and about with these knives, I use these knives out there. If I'm out there working or whatever, I don't care if I lose them, break them, whatever. That's why I take these things. So, or I go camping with some dudes. I say, hey, you got any spare stuff? Yeah, here. Oh, that's it? You got this crappy stuff? Well, I'm not going to give you my good stuff so you can lose and say you lost it and and you have it hidden in your bags. No, but I take these when I'm out and about. So for the price of all that, $7.99 with grandma's discount, it's excellent. I usually carry more things than I need to if I'm out and about, and if there's somebody with me, and I go, "Hey, do you got your stuff?" And he goes, "No." Do you have a spare? Yeah. Here you go. I want them back, but I need a $5 donation. So they will give me $5. But then they ask for their $5 back. I get my stuff back. So it's a good thing that you get some of this cheap stuff. So when friends or family members don't like to give your stuff back, this is what you got to give them. And I do it all the time. If I'm going to the swap meet, look for stuff, and they see me with a cheap Chinese made, multi-tool, they go, poor soul. And they say, here, just give me, give me $25 for this, whatever. I didn't pay $25 for this one. I put it in a pile of tools, in this little container, and the person, that's counting don't like to do math in their head. So yeah, just all this right here was $8. And so, and a little bit of tools, sockets, extenders, all that stuff. But you pile it up, it helps out. A lot of people don't like to count. They're not into math like I am. I'm into math, so I know what I'm spending. In the background, I got this at Goodwill. $15 with grandma's discount. Can't go wrong. And this is a Gore-Tex jacket, large. So, guess what? I'm telling you, everything that you compiled in one thrift store or Badwill, Badwill's raising their prices, and when they put it out in the rack, I saw it from a distance. I took a beeline. I did that speed walk, and guess what? I grabbed it, and there was another guy waiting for it. Too bad, sucker. And what I did was I aired it out, partially cleaned it, let the air go through it, and I'm going to put this in one of my bags as a layer of keeping myself warm. On the other back, on the back wall, I have these Japanese, swords. They're not real swords, but they're wooden sticks. This one's solid right there. It's a solid stick, and it's so awesome. It's really solid wood, and you can go clubbing. I like going to the clubs every so often. To get down, tune somebody up. But it's perfect. Back here is the other one. It's meant for those, when you're practicing your samurai stuff. You've seen those Japanese, clubs where they actually work out with this. I forgot what it's called, but it's nice bamboo. It's been used a lot. Mom will love this. Every so often, when I piss her off, take her, her salsa. She will like to use this, but she's in her 80s. I don't know if she can swing something like this. Well, moms always swing everything. They chuck, chanclas, Tupperware stuff, and, just to, get you out of the way. But anyways, all this was a good find. Really good find. I got this 1 pound, propane, lantern. It still has its mantles in there, but I got to buy some new ones. You can never go wrong buying extra. And this was only $5. It's been used. I tested it and it works. So with all the things that I purchased, it's not bad for the week. And the other thing in Goodwill, I got some bottle openers. Oh, I haven't opened this yet. We all need bottle openers. Gen X is becoming old. And yeah, a lot of us say we're not that old yet. But my bones and everything, all my joints, all the parachuting down from aircraft, You know, hitting hard is like playing tackle football, from your feet up, getting body slam, or some other things. Uh, this was a good purchase. It was $5.99 with grandma's discount. Oh, I got it good. You know, I'm always checking the the display cases. They always have good stuff in there. A lot of people go straight to the back and look at the sports area or the backpacks and stuff, shoes, clothing. But this one, I got a bottle opener. Not bad. Mickey Mouse on it. Yeah, Mickey Mouse drinks. And the other one was a Corona. I like this one because I can use it. I can use it for anything. Pop a beer and somebody becomes a little irate. You got a little tiny club. Um, Little salt shaker. Look at that. Little tiny salt shaker. Made out of porcelain. Not bad. And guess what? My favorite stuff. Little tiny flask. If you need a shot and you're out and about, you're having a hard time, or somebody gave you a hard time, like, Cletus and the Clown. They always like to chase whatever they can. Good to have a little bit of shot of something, in your bags, especially in your bug out bags or get out of Dodge bags. This is not bad compared to this one, the flask. Each flask will contain something that can help me out in the pinch, especially during the winter. I usually put in there Jägermeister, some of the good stuff. It's a lot of botanicals, ingredients in there. I can do the same thing on each pack, so at least I have something, to help me out with if I catch a cold or something. Um, Little tray for the salt and pepper shakers, not bad. It looks a little fruity, but guess what? You can't go wrong with salt shakers. I got a small place, so I might as well have this. But I wouldn't put this in a bag. Anything heavy or you drop your bag, they crack, and guess what? No salt, no pepper. You know, you're SOL. The last thing I didn't know what it was, but I saw it right now. Oh yeah, nice can opener, bottle opener. You can, the old stuff, the old way. And without my glasses, I can't see, but it's something good. I can tell. Feels solid, and guess what? I can put this in a bag or something because in a time of you know that we're out and about, we're running away from danger. When you come across some food, you need certain tools, but and every ounce is a pound. That's the saying of when you're carrying things. But as we go further when it comes to finding our stuff, our preps, the improvement of things, something is better than nothing. This is multi-tool. You can use it as a screwdriver, crack those old, peaches and what do you call it? Pineapple, fruit cans, and drink the syrup and stuff. It gives you energy. Pop your bottles. You find a beer or a soda, and you're out and about, and it will work. But it's heavy. It's a little heavy. Oh, just noticed something. I don't know what it is. But anyways, um, these are the things I pick up. Majority of the stuff when it comes to on the improvement of my preps is the thrift stores. The thrift stores is mainly to gather your gear, your some stuff from for animals, my dogs, but clothing and other things, flask and stuff. It's from Goodwill. One of the things I picked up from the thrift store is the hair trimmer, the old fashioned. Can you imagine no power? You still have something, and it does work, and it chops up everything. Look at it. Oh, that's a lot of hair. So I have several of those. So in each vehicle, I have something that I need in the event that I can't go home. The only way is safety. So here we are with all the things that I picked up. It's not bad. It's not a bad week. If you go out there, folks, you'll find things. You just got to take the time. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not like instant oatmeal, but you'll find things. I find things every other day. One day I'm going to the thrift store. The other day I'm going to Badwill because they raised their prices. They're bad now. So then I go back to the thrift store. So when they pull out their stuff, especially when they get a load from storage units and they go through it, it takes time. So when you talk to those people there, they'll let you know, we're going to pull out some more things. And so every other day I go to the thrift store. On odd days, I go to Badwill. Sometimes if I need something to put in my bags, anything like, for personal hygiene, if I need those things, I go to the $5 tree store. And but it does help to go out and about. Plan your day, plan your budget. Make sure how much you're gonna spend. Like I do. In one pocket I have nothing but ones and fives at a total of $60. The other pocket is rainy day money. If I see something like this, you know, I say, oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna get that. So, but it does work. Anyways, folks, thank you for joining my channel. It's a pleasure to pass this knowledge down to you guys. Please subscribe. It does help my channel. If you have any suggestions, where you can find things, just send me a message. I can direct you there. If whatever state you are, I'm in a southern part of Nevada. I go to where I know things, but it does help. But please do subscribe, and thank you for joining my channel.